I want to talk about your book, and we're happy to talk about it now, right? We're out there, and I'm going ahead and get mine. So let's go ahead and talk about that, and then let's dig a little bit more. So what's it about?
Kangaroo Court. This is a book about political prosecution, just released by Post Hill Press out of New York. Just released this week. It's available on Amazon. The Kindle edition is about to come out soon, but it looks at the history of the Democrats using political prosecutions to gain power, going back about 30 years, up to and including the last third of the book is about the Trump prosecutions. So I skewer Jack Smith, I skewer Fannie Willis, I skewer Alvin Bragg, argue at the end of the day that we need to pass laws to prosecute these rogue prosecutors. But it starts with the Ted Stevens case. Ted Stevens, a senator from Alaska that was politically prosecuted. This case was reversed. It was thrown out, but he lost the election. Democrats grabbed that seat. The case involving Rick Perry, who was the governor of Texas, that got prosecuted by the Democrats for vetoing a bill. Kay Bailey Hutchison, the former Republican senator, the first Republican senator from in the South from Texas, was prosecuted by the Democrats. That was thrown out. The governor of Virginia, the former governor Bob McDonnell, prosecuted by Jack Smith. That was reversed unanimously by the Supreme Court. The same Jack Smith now prosecuting Trump. So Kangaroo Court shows how dirty the Democrats have been for a period of time. You know, the Trump cases have brought all this into focus because of how hard they try to use lawfare to keep him off the ballot. And the book argues, and I've argued it, this is one of the planks that I was running on when I ran for Congress. I would use it again if I ever ran again, is that these political prosecutions attack the U.S. Constitution. So if you're prosecuting somebody because you don't like it, primarily because you're a political opponent, one, you're attacking the First Amendment because you're attacking the free speech of that candidate, in this case Trump primarily, the freedom of association. They prosecuted Roger Stone and Steve Bannon and others because of their association with Trump. You are violating the Fifth and Sixth Amendments when you go after their lawyers. Sidney Powell has been prosecuted. Ray Smith's been prosecuted. Giuliani. When you prosecute Trump's lawyers, you're attacking the Fifth and Sixth Amendment because the attorney-client privilege is rooted in the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and Sixth Amendment right to effective assistance to counsel. So when the Democrats attack Trump's lawyers, they're destroying those constitutional protections. And it attacks the 15th Amendment, the 19th Amendment, and the 26th Amendment, all which guarantee the right to vote. So if I'm trying to take Trump or anybody else off the ballot, I'm taking away the right of the people to vote, to choose who I want to choose. And it goes on and on and on. So the argument of the book in Kangaroo Court, and you can find it on Amazon right now, is that these political prosecutions are an attack on the United States Constitution. And the political prosecutions should be outlawed. Jack Smith should be looking over his shoulder at a review committee to determine whether or not these cases are being brought primarily for political purposes. And there's no question that Jack Smith's prosecutions are brought primarily for political purposes, or Fannie Willis or Alvin Bragg or any of them. If they are brought primarily for political purposes, then those prosecutors should be subjected to criminal prosecution themselves on the backside. It's time we recognize it for what it is. It's time to put a stop to it. And Kangaroo Court was written in large part to try to start to bring attention to how serious the problem has been over the course really of 25 or 30 years, even before they started jumping on Trump. So I hope everybody will get a copy of it. We'd like to get about 1 million copies out between now and the election if we can, and it's going to be a quick push. But the book was written in part to help the president, and it's designed to help the president. So just Amazon.com, Kangaroo Court by Don Brown, and you can have yours tomorrow or the next day. And if anybody wants to mail me one and put the postage in there, I'll sign it and mail it back. So
that's what I want to do. I want your signature, because you'll get to the point where you want to. I'll say, Don, can you come on the show, please? And you'll say, Don, I'm just so busy. We're getting movie deals and all this kind of stuff.
Never, ever.
You never know. You never know.
The other way around, Donna.